Denique Opus of God's choosing. What choosing have I now before I leave? Had I to wait a lifetime clasped the snell, remembered best at least the past may dwell, contain enormous lovelorn drifts where we've all perished. But there's nothing more to leave, though promising that worth would indicate in essence whose outgoing bride I grieve. Had future more belonging, procreate, a concept to have waiting in the wings, deep laden by frustrations as I did. Forgotten by that self-esteem good things were drifting like its opposite forbid, the likelihood that words would further still inherit what our time together will. A nourishment to outline what they say can like for like be treasured for time, to bring together call if one could pray, and when that time arrives to make that climb, I'll not resort to free verse the locale or form to any individual, to muster that mistaken sort of veil, should error of the ways be mutual, should she for all time's sake be solely charmed, a wave by all means once, as though petite enchantment eased by burden being calmed. With view of this distinguishing retreat, the greatest passion ever came my way, and what it did was gather this survey. The cliché of events have now assumed to have perfect endearment of the soul, whose will it would provide if partly whole. What outcome could within it be consumed? It's hardly pre-selected, which appears to mystify how death occurs at starts. An article which, though has laid veneers, the opulent appenditure departs, where no one who upon this earth should be discovered as they were, the present form that Shakespeare could in fact enact as thee, by worshipping those acts his plays perform. I'll not concede to having shared that stage, with tragedy to have one's death engage. To have existed but appear unknown, would thy Lucretius stand in which exalt, as would did nature aid him most resort, no perish but for stature's very own. Our hopes are offered that who part accepts the regions where for wrangling a breakthrough, the dead shall honour substance residue, for anything regardless than regrets, not knowing can but glimpse at new ideas, to show impatient waits as this life shows, are adequate enough to raise such fears. An idle show their notion would compose, are not worth explanation than the dread one's death leads half expected after head. The poem itself was based on asking or answering, should I say, questions. The prompts are at the bottom of the poem. I thank you. Titus.